Hello, my name is Isabella Bernas, and today I will be discussing costumes. Some personal information about me: I am a nursing major and a dance minor. This is my first semester at POU, so I'm super excited. And my background is in dance, so that is why I chose costumes. I've been dancing since I was 2 years old, so I grew up on the stage performing, wearing costumes. I can't even count how many costumes I've worn, but I know how important they are to productions and performances. So I wanted to learn a little bit more, dive into the topic, and get a little bit more educated on costumes and their role in larger productions. Something interesting I learned about costumes was the role of dressers in productions. Dressers work with actors or actresses in between scenes to switch them from each costume. They are right there when they need it. They're there for the quick changes, and they're very helpful and crucial to make sure that the production flows nicely. And I personally never really thought about this. I have always been the one to dress myself. If I have a quick change, you just have a buddy help you get ready. So it was very fascinating to see that this is someone's job and it's very serious for them. There was a specific part of the video that discussed swing dressers. So this particular woman, she has to learn all the tracks that the actors or actresses have, so she can step in if a dresser is not available to help, and she is ready and she knows exactly what costumes, what accessories each person needs, shoes. So it's very important that these people know exactly what they need, when they need it, and that they are there. So it was very fascinating to learn about that. Another thing I learned about was the creation of costumes and how they're cared for. Each costume is first envisioned by a director and is then created by a seamstress. And it takes many hours to build these costumes, hand sew them, make sure they fit exactly what the director envisioned, and they really fit the character that they are intended for. It even goes down to the lace and the beading. A specific video discussed beading and how intricate it is to build these beaded bodices, beaded dresses, and it really is fascinating how much detail goes into these costumes. And how much they're cared for. I learned that after each show, each costume is taken down, brought down, and examined. They're cleaned, and then they are looked at and to make sure every bead is in place, every stitch is still there. They take a look at shoes to make sure that all the scuffs are repainted, all the jewelry is still working nicely. The attention to detail there is crucial to maintain this quality of costuming so that the show remains at the same quality as well. So that was fascinating to learn about. And it's something that I personally have never thought about, so it was great to learn about that. One of the most fascinating portions of watching these videos was the wig section. I've never learned about wigs before, so I was very intrigued to learn about their history and their production. Previously, wigs were not used in America. They were more popular in British theaters, so they were newly introduced in America, and they are actually created differently here to create a more natural look. The process of creating these wigs is to start with a cast of an actor or actress's head, marking their hairline so you know where to put the lace. And then that is taken to an artist where they cut out the lace, and then they slowly start to form the head of hair with singular pieces of hair. They go into tiny little holes, and you go through and you tie a knot, go through and you tie a knot. And it is this slow, rigorous process that slowly creates a full head of hair and a beautiful natural wig. So intricate that you would never even be able to tell that it was a wig. I don't think I would have been able to tell looking at how beautiful these wigs were. And one of the benefits that I learned in these videos was that you can put your mic box on your head and then put your wig over and have your mic sit here instead of having a wire come down across your body and then have your mic box on your back. So you don't have that getting in your way if you're dancing and while you're performing, and I think it creates a less distracting look as well for the audience. You can't see the wire, so you don't know that it's there necessarily, and I think it really keeps you into the show. It doesn't take away from the performance at all. So these wigs are obviously very beneficial to the performance, and I think they really add to the overall quality of a theatrical production. And so that was really one of the best parts, learning about these costumings, because I've never heard about wigs before, so I was really intrigued to learn about this. After reviewing all these videos and getting a close inside look at costumes, wigs, beading, even scenery, I have a newfound respect for the creation of a production outside of the actual acting or dancing. You would never know as an audience member how much work goes behind this theatrical production, and I think even as performers, we kind of neglect the fact that there are so many people working so hard to create a beautiful production, and they are artists as well, and they're very important artists to productions. You know, without them, it would not be what it is. It helps create this realness and really immerses an audience. Without costumes, I don't think a production would be as strong. It helps build a character, and I feel as though it helps performers really dive deep into their character themselves. So I think after seeing all these and seeing how much work my fellow artists put into productions, I think I can respect it a little bit more, seeing the hard work that they also put in. After watching all of these costume-related videos, I'm still curious about the design process of costumes. I would love to see the start to finish of creating a costume from the very beginning, drawing up these ideas, choosing fabrics and, you know, testing them in lighting and everything. It would be very interesting to see that side of costuming. Overall, I feel I learned a ton about costumes this semester, and it was super fun to see all of the aspects of costumes and how they are important to theatrical productions. So I had a great time this semester, and thank you.